okay? So important. So that's one of the many elements or stories. And one quick one that we also talk about and that I talk about, there's a certain amount of luck. Does anybody believe in luck? Just raise your hand. Who believes that some people are luckier than others, right? So I have a friend who's just an unlucky guy. Just an unlucky guy. He's smart. He went to the Wharton School of Finance. He's a brilliant guy, but he's always been unlucky. And no matter what happens, it just works that way. And he never really succeeded. And you'll find when you become very successful, the people that you will like best are the people that are less successful than you. Because when you go to a table, you can tell them all these wonderful stories and they'll sit back and listen. Does that make sense to you? Okay? Always be around unsuccessful people because everybody will respect you. Do you understand that? Anyway, but this guy, he had a thing, and he was just like struck. He was unlucky. And no matter what he did, I call him injury bound, or he was just always something would happen. So he'd be injured. I say, what happened? I broke my shoulder. How do you break your shoulder? Are you a football player? He goes, no, I slipped, I went down the stairs. So he's in the hospital, and he's recovering in Long Island, and he comes back, and he's being driven back, and again, he's always injured. He's injury prone. You know the expression? Some people are injury prone. Is anybody in this room injury prone? Don't raise your hand. I don't even want to see it. Don't do it, because you'll convince yourself. Stand up back there. Are you really injury prone? Well, you're a big, strong guy. Are you a football player or something? Huh? What, you are? Come on. Okay, here's what you do. Tell yourself you're not injury prone. Sit down, okay? Look at the size of that guy. How can he be injury prone? Looks like he's on the Green Bay Packers. I mean, give me a break. But this guy was totally injury prone. No matter what happened, totally injury prone. And he'd always be ill. I'd call his wife and she'd say, oh no, he's very sick. What's wrong with him? And he said, tell me something. I'd say, all right. So he had a broken shoulder, and now he's coming home. Think of this. He's coming home from the hospital, and he's riding on the Long Island Expressway, which is the longest parking lot in the world, by the way. He's riding on because it's so crowded. He's riding on the Long Island Expressway, and an 18-wheeler hits the signs that say, to New York City, 10 miles, right? Knocks over a sign. Think of this. He didn't even get hit by the truck. He got hit by a sign. And I call up to make sure he's okay from the previous injury, and the wife says, no, we were taking him home, and what happened is a big truck hit the big sign, the big stanchion, and the sign came down on the road and it hit his car, and now he's really in trouble, and now he's back in the hospital. Well, just like that, there is a certain amount of luck